Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on opening day of the fall, winter, and very long Aqueduct meeting here on Thursday. It's the 2nd of November 2023. Gonna look at the 8th race from the Big A, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me for my Breeders' Cup preview from Santa Anita. Hopefully Friday's video should be up, I want to say Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, but depends on how much work I get done, but most likely Wednesday. But back here locally to Aqueduct, it's a good card, and, I'm not looking at a turf race for this race, and but turf racing is going to end a lot earlier than normal this year. It's going to end on the 19th, so we're getting about 2 less weeks of turf racing, it seems, this year, if not 3, like a normal, if we had a good year. But it's a shame, but they have to really save those turf courses, I think, for the next spring when we get the very long Aqueduct Belmont meeting again. And also these turf courses have been getting chewed up all throughout this fall here at Aqueduct, especially the inner turf course. The outer turf course, the kickback's not so bad. The inner turf course, even on Saturday where it's very warm up, they were really getting good pieces of that ground kicked up. But I don't know why I'm talking about it, because this 8th race is a dirt race, but I wanted to talk about it. The 8th race from Aqueduct here on opening day. And before I go any further, Aqueduct is where your Saratoga is where your fair weather fans go, Belmont's for your casual fan, and Aqueduct's for your diehard degenerates like me. So if there's one place I'll freeze on earth, it's at Aqueduct in the middle of winter. And we've all just frozen against a rail at Aqueduct in the middle of January, but it's a part of life. But the 8th race for now from Aqueduct is allowance optional claim repairs $92,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards, never won $18,000 twice, the main claiming starter or state bred allowance racer, which never won blah 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 blah. $62,000 claim price, field of 10 horses going to the main track, the distance of ground of 1,600 meters if you want to go to that. The 1 mile trip on the Aqueduct main track, 1,600 meters, 1 mile here. And I show the diagram, just gives me a second to look down my notes, just bear with me. I'm going to go take the number, the number 10 horse, Win It. I'm going to go 10-2-8-3 in the superfecta. 10-2-8-3 super, top selection 10 horse, Win It. This 4-year-old gun by Tappet here. John Kimmel trains this one. Kendra Carmouche gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 5th of February at Aqueduct, a mile and off 6-2 claimer, and the horse finished 4th by 7 lengths that day. He didn't get out of the gate so clearly, had to steady a few times, he was wide throughout, and he couldn't catch the Bourbonic, who's a decent horse. Sheriff Bianco is having a decent season. This horse just wasn't getting into him. Coming here off the bench, he doesn't have the best numbers, John Kimmel, off the bench, but it's a short offering. He's 15-0, but I think with this one, coming off the bench, first time gelding, I think he could really, improve a lot and show some freshness. His workout patterns have been very good as of recently, and I think he's rearing to go. 2 back and off, 6-2 on the slop at Aqueduct, 1 mile, 6th January. He finished 2nd by a neck that day, and he sat back early. He was really, and had a horrible trip early on, but he was really gaining late. Bourbon Calling had the jump on it and was an X-Star winner, but this horse, he ran his heart out that day, and then late November at Aqueduct in the Discovery, he finished 4th by 7 1/4 lengths that day. I don't know if he wanted to go the 2 turns. He was wide throughout, and he just, just wasn't his day to win. He won going 2 turns prior to that, but he had everything his own way. Almost won 113 3/4. He won over the mile here, and he won 113 3/4. Won by 2 lengths. You're gonna really win easily. One thing I want to see him do today is to get out of the gate clearly. If he get out of the gate clearly, he could win easily. I'm gonna use him on the ticket. I think your second likeliest winner here is a 2 horse I Am the Law for Jose Gomez and John Terranova. Most recently on the 6th of January race, a similar race as when it came out of, he finished 3rd by 2 1/4 lengths behind Bourbon Calling. He didn't get out of the gate so clearly, he was bumping a little bit wide. He needed something more, but I didn't think it was a half bad race. Prior to that, he won on a Wood Memorial Day, or not Wood Memorial Day, on the 2nd of December at Aqueduct on, I believe that was Cigar Mile Day, if I'm not mistaken, over the mile and 8th in a lounge race. Won by 1 1/4 lengths on the front, and he really took off clear off the 2-month refreshening. Prior to that on the slop, going a mile here last fall, he won by 1.5 lengths, again a little bit wide, but he really took off clear. He has races that can win it. He might need the race off the bench. His working pounds aren't as impressive as Win It here, but 6-1, I'll use him in this very wide open feature here on this Thursday program for the Big A. But to recount my selection for the 8th from Aqueduct now, I'm going to take the number 10 horse, Win It. Give kudos to the 2 horse I Am the Law. 10-2-8-3 super. 10-2 in our multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.